Remember when you went and talk to the person and do the background check for your company? Yeah, you see that same person there? You're going to give them a call, ring, ring. This match, whatever it is that I do, so let me just apply for that, boom, bang. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Kadeen, and this is Wine with Kadz. Before I get into today's video, I want you guys to go ahead and follow me on all social media platforms. I am on Instagram. I'm probably put all the pages that I have somewhere here. I'm also on TikTok. You can follow me there. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so that you can see every time I upload. And I upload every Friday at 7 p.m. Sorry that I missed last week. I wasn't feeling well, and so I never think someone want to come on here and do like a puny video. You understand? I'm just and I normally record on Sundays because that's the day that I'm most available. So I don't want to give you guys like 1 p.m. video. Yes, so I'm back with my cup. This is Wine with Kadz from my sister, and today we're having coconut water. It's still early. We're not having any wine, okay? We're not having any wine. I missed you. I didn't post anything last week, and I promised you that I was going to be posting last week, and it really hurt me last week, whole of last week. But Pratt and I decided that once I'm in the best mindset, then that's the best time to post, because the ideas will flow more. All right, this week I wanted to give a huge shout out to a small business, Candleable Candles. They do personalized candles. So if you want like a special candle for your friend, your mom, Mother's Day is coming up, I will share their information here. But you can find lovely fragrance candles. You can reach out to her and she'll be able to create a nice, beautiful candle for you. She was the one who did the candles for my love box, my Mother's Day box last year, more Christmas box, and the candles them smell really good. So support my friend Candleable Candles, and you can also follow them on Instagram. Well, let me take a sip of my coconut water because I'm talking too much. I'm gonna throat dry. Oh God, coconut water is the best. I don't know, so coconut water better for me than cranberry juice. Anyway, let's not get into that. Also, Kadeen Gray Art is going to be having a Mother's Day thing, so look out for that. I am going to be doing a nice little package, so please look out for that. Today's video, as I promised you from last video that we posted, I talked about how you can go about effectively searching for a job. And I think a lot of people don't take certain things into consideration when they're looking for a job. They just go on Caribbean job and they say, all right, this match whatever it is that I do, so let me just apply for that, boom bang. But there are a lot of things that you want to ensure that when you're looking for a job, this is something that suits you and also something that is suitable for the company that you're applying for. Because at the end of the day, please remember that you're spending 8 hours per day. Most jobs, you're spending 8 hours per day, sometimes 6 days per week, and you want to know that this is an environment that you're comfortable in, especially if you have a choice. Majority of us do business or the arts and so forth, so we're a lot more versatile than persons who study a particular thing, or even if you just leave high school and you have your subjects and so forth, you're a lot more versatile than so you want to know that the company that you're going in, you're very comfortable with it, as well as it's somewhere that you can thrive and grow. I know that there are some people who are comfortable in one position for 10-11 years. For me particularly, I do not have, and I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but I do not have the desire to grow in a company. That is me personally. I'm not comfortable in one position, but I know that at the end of the day, in the next 4 or 5 years, I know that I want to be doing my thing 100%. You understand? Because I know that growing in a company, especially with my experience and my qualifications, is going to require a lot more, and I want to be able to give that a lot more to my company. And who knows, in the next 4 to 5 years I may have a family, so I would want to be able to give that time to them. I won't be able to do all of that. And so that's my personal desire. If I didn't have this drive and passion to be an entrepreneur, I would of course want to grow in my department, grow within a company, you know, but that is honestly not a desire of mine. All right, so let's get into it. How to write a resume. Now the resume, and I want you guys to understand this, your resume is your professional, what the word I'm this is your document. This is the first thing that the recruiter sees before they meet you, before they have a conversation with you. Your resume introduces you to the company, it introduces you to the recruiter, and it lets them decide whether or not they want to call you in for an interview. Does this person's experience and qualification match what we are looking for? All those kind of things. You want it to be attractive. And when I say attractive, I don't mean you want all of the glitz and glamour. You don't want fancy borders and all different kind of colors. Because first of all, when we print the resumes, and we're not printing a colored. Let me just make it very clear that printing a black and white. But outside of that, if you have a common name, I'd recommend putting your picture on it. I've known of cases where there are persons with the same first and last name, and they would have submitted a resume for a particular position, but they wouldn't be called because them things say the other person who has a bad reputation that didn't, you know. So I'd recommend, if you have a common first and last name, you can put your picture or put your middle initial on the resume, or your full middle name if you're comfortable with that. Me not care. I like my middle name, so we will put Kadeen Dana Marie Gray on my resume, which sorry, doesn't have it. Yeah, you just have Kadeen Gray, because my name, though it's not as unique, it's not common. Kadeen is a common name, but Gray, you know, quite a few Kadeen Gray. Anyway, master friend important, but I'm just saying my name is not that common. So first I'm going to tell you some of the things that you do not want to include on your resume. We know that your name must be there, your address must be there, your phone number and your email address has to be there. They do not need to know your date of birth. We do not need to know your sex. It doesn't need to indicate that you're male or female unless the position asked for a male, because you know some positions specifically ask for male or female. So unless it asks for that, you don't need to put it there. You do not need to put it there. I'd always recommend that if it is that you're not able to write your resume yourself, do not go to a printery. Do not go to a printery and ask somebody to write your resume for you. If you choose to do that, please ensure that you study your resume, because once you go into the interview, they're going to ask you about that. Outside of that, you guys are very versed on YouTube, on Google. Most of you are. If you can search for a song on YouTube, if you can search for the lyrics of the song on Google, I can assume that you can search for resume samples on Google. Do not just copy and paste what is there. You understand? But you can use it as a guide in creating a resume for you. Now your resume does not need to be 3 or 4 or 5 pages. Ideally, we would recommend that your resume is 1 to 2 pages, because honestly, just put yourself in the shoe of a recruiter who has hundreds of resumes to go through. No one recruiter is going to sit and go through 100 3-page or 4-page resume, especially if you're applying for an entry-level job. No recruiter is going to do that. So you want to ensure that, you know, you keep it as condensed as possible and, you know, attractive in the sense that when they read it, they're like, wow, I need to call this person. It needs to have the right words, it needs to have the right phrases, it needs to have the right stuff that they're looking for, that you get straight to the point. So after you have indicated your name, your address, your phone number, your email address and all that kind of stuff, I was recruiting for a company in Montego Bay, and we had persons applying from St. Thomas, St. Elizabeth, Kingston. Those were the persons I declined first because I knew what the job paid and it wouldn't make sense to get somebody from St. Elizabeth or way over St. Thomas and so forth when we have qualified persons in Montego Bay. However, if you are very, very interested in a position and you have a relative living in the same area that you're living, contact the relative, find out from them, if I should get this position, is it possible for me to stay with you for a while until I get somewhere to rent? Then you can use that person's address on your resume. No recruiter is going to go through the trouble of having you come to interview, because you know what that's going to mean? 2 months into the position, when you realize that the position doesn't pay as much to have you traveling or even to afford rent, then you're going to be complaining, and then then you're going to leave, and then we're going to have to go through the entire process again of recruiting you. So if you know that you can comfortably afford it, not necessarily to travel from St. Thomas to Montego Beach, for example, but if you can afford to rent somewhere and you find a relative who you can stay with until you get somewhere to rent, then yeah, do that. But do not put St. Thomas on it, because I am going to be honest, I am not going to be calling you. I want you to understand as well, when you apply through job agencies such as Caribbean Jobs or I Need a Job or whatever it is, if you buy a cleaner or the Western Mirror, you see a job posting there and the email address is there, I can guarantee you that 200 other people buy the cleaner and they would have seen the position and they probably would have applied, which means that this recruiter's inbox is full. So what can you do to ensure that your resume stands out? I'm currently a US recruiter, so the systems that I use are different than what I used to use when I was recruiting locally. And as the only recruiter at the first place that I was as a recruit in the hotel through Caribbean Jobs, it's filtered. It is filtered based on some of the questions that they ask. So the company will definitely put that information in based on what they're looking for. And if yours don't match it, the company is not going to get it. So let's say the company is saying 2 to 3 years experience in this position, and you click no. No fear facts that your resume not gonna go over there. You wouldn't have gotten the 80 to 100% that the company is looking for to think about somebody, to apply for the position. So through Caribbean Jobs, your things are filtered. Caribbean Jobs is so vast. We get applications from Trinidad and other countries. So you can just imagine that we are, as a human being, we're not able to go through every single one of them. So what can you do? You call the company directly, you ask them for their email address, you tell them your name, you let them know that you see the position that is applying on Caribbean Jobs and you'd like to apply for it. You call them, get an email address, and after about a week, I'd recommend you can do a follow-up. But anyway, let's get back into writing the resume. So the first thing that you want to put on your resume, after you've indicated your demographics, your name and everything, your professional summary. Your professional summary should include three points that would basically summarize your entire resume. So you want to talk about the amount of experience that you have in the industry. If you're applying for a position in customer service, you would want to say possess, like for my resume, I'd say possess 7+ years in the customer service field and hospitality industry, yada 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 yada. And then you talk about the skills that you have. You possess analytical, communication, your certain kind of skills. That those are things that you put at the top of your resume. Then you also want to talk about what you want to contribute to the company. Now let us say that you're applying for a position and you've never worked before. You want to highlight your strong points that you had when you were in school. So let's say you showed leadership skill, you have great communication skills, you are goal oriented, you are a team player. You want to highlight those things in your professional summary, and then you want to let them know what you aspire to be and what you aspire to contribute to the company, because being realistic, you don't really have the experience. So we want you to say something to let us know that you don't have a working experience, but you did go to school and you were able to, when you were in school, you did group projects, you worked among other people, you probably do like a voluntary service. Talk about that. Put that information in your professional summary. The next thing you want to put after your professional summary is not your skills, not your hobbies, not your education. The next thing you want to put is your work experience, because what we're really interested in is where you have worked before. Do you have experience in the field that you're applying for? And even if you don't have experience in that specific field, do you have transferable skills? For example, you would have had experience working as a customer service agent at a call center, but now you're applying for a position as a front office agent. It is not the same thing, but the skills are transferable, meaning you would have dealt with people over the phone offering top-notch customer service. However, now you have to do this face to face, and now you have to do it in a different environment. Some of the times it's scripted, and you're trained in that area, in that field, and on that product. Now you come into the hospitality industry, And you have to know the hotel, you have to know rooms, you have to know services that the hotel provides and all that, which you would be trained on. But what you want to get across is that you have an idea, you have the basic knowledge of customer service, and therefore you can be trained in doing it face to face. You want to highlight that. So that's why your work experience is what comes next. Under your work experience, you're going to put the most recent work experience. I do not want to see the first place where you start work. You always want to see your most recent experience. So you're gonna put the position that you worked, then you're gonna put the company that you worked for, and then you're gonna put the dates that you work for the company. Then you're going to put 3 to 4 points of the role and responsibilities, or your responsibilities that you played at this company. No, we don't want to just say answer the phone or or did some filing. I've seen it all. You don't want to just put that on the resume. What I'd recommend you doing is ask each company that you have worked for or where you're working for a job description. On your job description, there are pointers of what you are responsible to do. So go on the job description, take off that information, the 3 most organized or the things that must stand out to you most, get those things from your job description and put those in the 3 slots. And if you can summarize it, great. If it is that you work with a company, I've worked with companies that have never given me a job description. So what you can do, you can go on Google, what is the job description for a customer service agent in a call center? And you get the job description and you take something from that. And once it matches what you believe that you did, then you can apply it there. So we're listing our work experience. After you've completed listing your working experience, the next thing you want to put is your education and schooling. So in your education, you're going to put the institutions that you went to school, where you studied. In my case, I am currently studying my Master's of Science in Psychology at so and so and so. So that's the first thing I would put there, and I'd put the start date and I'd put to current. I don't need to list out all of the courses that I have done. I'm just putting Masters of Psychology and so and so. Then I put University of the West Indies, Mona, WJC, the date that I went there, and Bachelor's of Science in Psychology. Then the next thing I put is Herbert Morrison Technical High. And I got an associate degree in humanities. So that's what I put there. I do not need to list out the 8 CAPE subjects that I got on my resume, because if they call it in, then go see. You don't need to list them all out. And then I put Westwood High, and I put 8 CSEC subjects or high school diploma or something like that, and I put the date. That is it. After you put that now, you put your certifications. So some of us have gone through companies where you would get certificates in supervisor management, customer service, whatever it is. You put those certificates after that. So you're going to list them all of them out. Every certificate that you would have gotten through companies where you probably never pay for, you can put it there. Or if you do a 6-month course, you can put it there, and it's just a certificate. You understand? You put it there. Boom, bang. After you have listed your certifications, then you put your skills. This is where you want to not highlight dancing, singing, love to serve the internet. No, I remember when we were in high school and they told us that it was okay to put those things. Do not put them. No company is really and truly interested in your hobbies. You can highlight that in your in your interview if it is a company, you know. Let's say you apply for entertainment coordinator in the hospitality industry. That's when that would be applicable. But if you're applying for an HR assistant, that's not something that we're really looking for. You understand? It's not something that is going to be necessary for the position that you have applied for. So you want to leave that out. What you want to highlight is organizational skills, your Microsoft Office skills. So let them know that you're proficient in Word, Excel, Publisher, PowerPoint, whatever it is. You don't know what the position might require you to use, but you want them to know that you have the skills, that the basic skills that are required. If it is that you are bilingual, this is where you want to put that. You want to say I'm fluent in Spanish, fluent in French, fluent in whatever it is, put it there. Analytical skills, customer service skills, all of that you want to list in your skills section. these are some of the things that we'll be looking for. We don't want to know say you can't hop, skip, and jump and dance. That is not applicable to every position. All right. And after you've listed your skills, that is pretty much it. And then you put references. I recommend that if this has passed 1-2 pages, you can just put references available upon request. But if it hasn't passed, then you can list out 2 references. You put the name of the person, the position, well, not necessarily the position, name, and they would ask for their address as well as a phone number. But it's, it's kind of standard now to just say references available upon request, because most companies do ask you when you go in. Most companies now require you to fill out an application form, and when you fill out the application form, there's a part there for you to put in your references, and that's where they would contact them from. And plus, when they're doing their background checks, they would call the companies that you would have worked for, not necessarily the references that you would have put there. You understand? Because sometimes we use people who know we and go speak well on our behalf, and not necessarily people who will tell the truth. So most companies definitely will call the companies that you've worked for first before they call your personal character references. Let me take a sip of my coconut water because I've been talking really fast and really long. So we highlighted all of that, and I have given all of that with the assumption that this person have worked before and not necessarily somebody who just leaves school, because these are the persons who really and truly, well, everybody need help. Everybody need help. But for persons who would have just left school, and let's say you have done some working experience, or let's say you've done some voluntary experience or work experience, that's where you want to put your voluntary experience, especially if the skills that you've learned or what you've done in the voluntary experience is transferable. NYS is something that we offer here in Jamaica, and Heart offers internship. You want to highlight that in your working experience. Let's say you have no job where you get, you sign a contract and stuff, where you've never had any of that. However, you've done internship, you've done voluntary service, you do like 1 3-week program with NYS. You want to put that there, and you want to indicate that there, because this experience was not in vain, and you want to put that there. Also, you want to highlight that intern, so you want to put summer intern somewhere after you've given the position. Let's say you are a receptionist. Put in brackets summer intern or volunteer, and you list them out, and you have all of those experiences there. That would be good for you, because that is telling us that you would have gone through the process of learning how to deal with people, learning how to work with people, learning how to build a good rapport with people. And it would have been assumed that you would have learned some skills necessary for the role that you are applying for. So don't leave those things off. Or let's say in my case, let me just put myself out there. So I have a degree in psychology, which I have said before. I do not have much experience in using my degree in psychology. I have lectured psychology for 1 semester at a university. However, if I want to apply for a position in psychology outside of lecturing, which really and truly, I don't even know what kind of example it is, because really and truly you need a lot more experience. But anyway, if I am going to apply for a position in psychology and I do have no hardcore experience in psychology itself, I would want to highlight my voluntary services. I wouldn't want to put that in my working experience. I would want to, after I put my working experience, that's where I would insert my voluntary experiences, and then put in my education and qualifications, if you get what I say, right? So whatever voluntary service that I would have done through UE or on my own or anything else, then that is what I would put there. No, for persons who would have no experience and they're going through, they have left school, but while you were at school you were leader of the 4-H club, you were head girl, you were student. I was a student council vice president at Westwood High. I was psychology representative at UE. You have these kind of things, you want to put that on your resume. Since I have left UE 10 years ago, and I've had a mirage of different experiences, I would not put that information there. You know, I wouldn't put that information there. I'm gonna put, it wouldn't necessary for me to put, say I was a contestant in Miss WJC. It wouldn't be necessary for me to put all of that. However, if it is that I was just leaving, when I was just leaving UA, I would have said, I was a psychology representative, I was student council vice president at high school. Those kind of things let them know that you have leadership skills and leadership qualities. Those kind of things do indicate that. So you don't want to put that there. You can put that under skills, or you can put skills slash, what the word? Extracurricular. Bear with me. So we finish write the resume, right? Finish write the resume. We put in all the necessary information that is needed to apply for the position, right? Now we need to give out this resume to this company that we have researched from the last video. We researched this company, we're interested in the position, and we want to apply for it. Remember when you went and talk to the person and do the background check on your company? Yeah, you see that same person there? You're gonna give them a call, ring. I asked you about the company the other day. Can you give me an email address for someone and let me know the name of the person in HR that I can drop it off to? Or a recruiter. So let's say it's me. Can I get the recruiter's name and email address, please? I can send a resume to them. Boom, bang. Right? You get my email address. You get my name. You send me the resume. In the email, you're not going to just say, good afternoon, please see attached. No, we don't want to just say that. First of all, most of these companies, the internet whole system, the whole email system, something wrapped up and tied up with red tape and so external emails sometimes go immediately to spam, and then sometimes then come with warning. So you want to make sure that you are addressing the person. So good afternoon, Miss Gray, my name is so and so and so. I see that you have sent, or you are advertising for the position of customer service representative. I'm interested in the position. Just to say, they tell me, say, you just left university or just left high school and you want to apply for the position. I do have some transferable skills that I believe I can contribute to the growth and development of this company. I look forward to hearing from you. Regards, so and so. Attach your resume, send. You will get an automated response, or sometimes they will actually reach out to you and you get a response. Sometimes I get no response, right? So after a week, I would recommend that you give this company a call. You they look for one job. Remember, you they look for one job, and you research this company and you're interested in this company and you believe that this company is where you can plant your roots and you can grow and blossom and be a good employee to their company. So you want to make sure you say, you are going to go out of your way, forget the work. Google the company, find out the contact information, get the number. No, because you already have the name of the recruiter or the name of the HR person. You're going to call and you're going to say, hi, my name is Kadeen. I'd like to speak with Miss Gray. Sure. Miss Gray, yes. I know you're not expecting a call from me, but my name is so-and-so. I sent you my resume last week and I just wanted to know if you have received it or if the position has been filled. The only thing they can tell you is yes or no. Yes, we've received the application. We're still interviewing person, so we may give you a call to come in. Or they might tell us that they haven't started interviewing us yet. Or they might say they have completed interviews and unfortunately you were not the best fit for it. What do you do with that information? You take it. Some of the times you can ask the recruiters what exactly they're looking for, and then what information they're telling you, you can use that for the next place that you're applying for. So let's say they're saying, well, we're looking for somebody with 2 to 3 years experience in the field and so forth. I mean, you can make up 2 to 3 years experience on your resume. However, you just by talking to them, you can let them know, hey, I have transferable skills, I am trainable, or it's possible that you may have left off some things off your resume. But oftentimes, for some positions in some companies, they have already filled the position. I close my eye because I don't like this. They have already found the person that they want to replace the person internally. However, based on law, I don't remember what, but based on something, they have to post the position to give other external persons the opportunity to apply, and they'll go through the process of interviewing even though they already know that they're going to fill the position internally, you know. So that's another thing too. Yes, so those are my tips for writing your resume and sending your resume out. In the next video in this short series, I will be discussing how you ace an interview. Yay! Like, I know some of you guys want these videos, but I don't know if everybody wants it, which I don't know. I feel like I felt led to do these videos. So even if you don't get no views or whatever, I'm okay with it. It will reach somebody somewhere. So I do hope you had a wonderful week, and I hope that you're looking forward to an even better and awesome weekend. Thank you for having a sip of wine with Kadz. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell so that you can see every time we upload every week, Friday at 7 p.m. Also, guys, can you tell me down below what would you like me to do in this short series of, you know, resume writing, preparing for a job, all those lovely things? Tell me in the comment section. Don't WhatsApp me. Like, don't tell me honest, because sometimes people can benefit from the questions that you ask in the comments. So when you WhatsApp me privately, nobody else now gonna see it. So just put it in the comments below, and somebody else will see, and they'll be like, oh, and then because I'm gonna respond to you. I respond to every single person. I mean, I'm not big yet. I have like 1,300 and something of you guys. I will respond to the comments, and if I don't get to respond, I do read them all, every single one. So even if, yeah, I read them all, you know. So put your comments below, guys. It really helps the channel, but also it helps other persons who may come into this video. I might have a question, and I may have missed something in the video, and you ask that question, or you have a suggestion and you put it in there, and you know, it might help somebody else. So that would be really, really great. I need to do this giveaway because we're at 1,000 subscribers. I need to do this giveaway. But guys, honestly, I am so busy. I am so busy. I am trying to figure out how we're gonna get it done, because right now when I close this video, I have a drawing to complete for a client. I have another video to do for another client, somebody requested another nice video. So I am going to, you know, have to get creative on which day I can go live so we can, you know, do the thing. All right, I gave my thank yous already. Now I bid you adieu. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.